Ever feel like there's way too much month left at the end of your money, especially when you're managing everything solo?
Oh, it's completely overwhelming.
Welcome to the Rising Parent Podcast. I'm Tim.
And I'm Edna.
Today, we're unpacking a crucial topic, 10 proven budgeting tips for single parents on a single income.
We want to help you move past just surviving and actually start thriving. We'll show you how to build that secure future for your family, even if you feel like you're living paycheck to paycheck right now.
Absolutely. Grab your coffee, take a deep breath, and let's dive in. You know, Edna, I was just looking at the price of groceries the other day, and wow, just wow.
Right? I swear I walked out of the store with 2 bags and my wallet was somehow $100 lighter.
Exactly. And it really got me thinking about the families we work with. 2-income households are feeling the squeeze right now. But single parents? Single mothers and single dads who are doing this entirely on their own, the pressure is just immense.
It really is. The mental load of parenting is heavy enough, right? But when you add the financial mental load, knowing that every single bill, every single pair of shoes your toddler outgrows, every unexpected copay, it all falls squarely on your shoulders. It's a lot.
It's a ton, and that's really the heart behind today's episode. We've worked with so many single parents through our coaching sessions over the years, and we've seen firsthand that traditional financial advice doesn't always apply. Like, just skip your daily latte. Come on. Most single parents on a single income are already skipping the latte. They need real practical strategies. And real quick, just a quick, transparent reminder, we do use affiliate links in our show notes for products we recommend, which help support the show at no extra cost to you.
Absolutely. So let's get right into it with tip number 1, changing the mindset from surviving to thriving by doing a zero-based budget.
Oh, this is a big one.
Yeah, so zero-based budgeting basically means every single dollar of your income is assigned a job before the month even begins. Income minus expenses equals 0.
Right, and it doesn't mean you have $0 in your bank account, folks.
No, definitely not. It just means you aren't leaving any money floating around aimlessly. When we were working with a single mom, let's call her Maya for privacy reasons, she was constantly stressed because she felt like her money was just disappearing.
I remember Maya. She was amazing, but just so overwhelmed.
Exactly. And we introduced her to a physical planner because she was a very tactile person. We recommended the Clever Fox Budget Planner, which is fantastic. It's got these really great visual layouts for tracking expenses, setting goals, and it doesn't require staring at a screen all day.
Yeah, she loved that planner. Just the act of writing it down, giving that $100 to groceries, giving that $120 to the electric bill. It gave her her power back.
It really did. She went from wondering where her money went to telling it exactly where to go.
Which segues perfectly into tip number 2, audit your subscriptions ruthlessly.
Oh gosh, the sneaky subscriptions.
Yes, it's like $10 here for a streaming service, $15 there for a fitness app you use twice, $5 for some premium photo editing app.
Guilty.
We all are, but for a solo parent, those leaks in the bucket add up fast. I remember a single dad we did some coaching sessions with, we'll call him David for privacy reasons. David was trying to figure out how to afford soccer cleats for his son. We sat down, looked at his bank statements, and found almost $60 a month in automatic renewals he didn't even know he had.
Wow, $60?
$60. That's over $700 a year. Canceled them on the spot. Soccer cleats paid for and then some.
That is huge. And it takes, 20 minutes to sit down and audit that?
Exactly. Tip number 3 is a tough one, but so necessary. Building the starter emergency fund, even when you're living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, and this is where I think a lot of financial gurus lose people. They say, save up 6 months of expenses, and a single parent is listening thinking, I barely have 6 days of expenses.
Right, it's tone deaf. So what we focus on in her coaching is the micro fund.
Start with a goal of just $100, just 100.
Yep.
When a tire goes flat or your kid suddenly spikes a fever and you need urgent care meds, $100 can be the difference between a stressful afternoon and a full-blown crisis that puts you into credit card debt.
Absolutely. We tell parents sell a couple of items around the house on a local marketplace or stash away $5 a week. Just get to that first 100. Then celebrate that win. Then aim for 500.
It's all about creating that little cushion of grace.
Speaking of grace, tip number 4 is about mastering meal planning. Food is usually the biggest variable expense, right?
Oh, totally. We saw this all the time at the daycare. Back when we provided care, the single parents who seemed the least stressed in the mornings were the ones who had a system for food.
Yes, I remember a dad from the daycare days. Let's call him Marcus for privacy reasons. Marcus was raising 3 little ones on his own.
Oh, Marcus was a superhero.
Truly, and he swore by his Instant Pot duo. He would come in for drop-off and tell me, Tim, I threw frozen chicken, rice, and broth in that thing before I left the house, set the timer, and dinner is done.
It's brilliant because it removes the temptation of the drive-thru. When you're exhausted at 5:30 p.m., the kids are crying, and you're flying solo, the drive-thru looks so appealing.
It really does, but cooking in bulk and planning meals saves hundreds of dollars a month. We always recommend getting a magnetic weekly meal planner for the fridge. Write it down. Once the decision is made for the week, you don't have to spend any mental energy on it.
And getting the kids involved is great too. Let them look at the magnetic weekly meal planner and help pick which meal is for which day. It gives them autonomy and keeps you accountable.
Absolutely. Okay, tip number 5 is embracing the cash envelope system for your problem areas.
That envelope system, old school but so effective.
Very old school. If you know you overspend on groceries or weekend outings with the kids, pull out that specific amount in cash on payday. When the cash is gone, it's gone.
There's actually a real psychological pain to handing over physical cash that you just don't get when you tap a plastic card. It makes you pause and think, do we really need this?
Exactly. It forces intentionality. All right, we've got 5 more powerful tips coming up, but before we dive into the second half of our list, let's take a quick pause.
Yes, we want to remind all our amazing listeners that new episodes of the Rising Parent Podcast drop every single Monday and Friday. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit that follow button so you never miss out.
And as many of you know, we created this podcast not only to help families thrive, but also to raise funding for our nonprofit mobile food bank, Selfless Outreach.
That's right. If you found value in this episode or any of our episodes, please consider donating to Selfless Outreach by going to selflessoutreach.org and hitting the donate button. Every single donation helps Selfless Outreach serve the underserved in our communities.
It really makes a massive difference, guys. A link to Selfless Outreach will be right there in the show notes for you. Okay, we are back. We're talking single-parent budgeting, and Edna, tip number 6 is one of my absolute favorites because it builds community.
Childcare, co-ops, and swapping.
Yes, childcare is outrageously expensive. For a single earner, it can easily eat up half a paycheck.
Oh, easily. And you know, we saw this happen organically in our daycare. We noticed 2 single moms, let's call them Jenna and Chloe for privacy reasons, who became friends. They couldn't always afford a babysitter for weekend errands or just have a minute to breathe, so they started trading.
I remember that.
Yeah, Jenna would take all the kids on Saturday morning so Chloe could go grocery shopping in peace, and then Chloe would take them on Sunday afternoon so Jenna could meal prep for the week. No money exchanged hands, but the value they got was priceless.
That is the essence of a co-op. You're trading time and trust instead of cash. And for single parents, finding your village is literally a financial strategy.
It truly is, which brings us to tip number 7, letting go of the brand new guilt.
Ooh, this is a heavy one.
It is. Because as a solo parent, there's this internal pressure. You feel like because your kids only have one parent in the home, or because things are tight, you need to compensate by buying them the brand new Nike shoes or the brand new iPad.
The overcompensation is so real. We see it in our coaching sessions all the time.
Exactly. We worked with a single dad. We'll refer to him as Brian for privacy reasons. Brian was going into credit card debt every Christmas because he didn't want his daughter to feel like she was missing out. We had to do some really deep emotional work with him.
Yeah, we had to help him realize that a financially stressed, burnt-out dad is way worse for a child than a gently used bicycle.
Perfectly said. Kids don't care about price tags, they care about presents. Embracing thrift stores, Facebook buy-nothing groups, hand-me-downs, it is not a sign of failure. It is a sign of resourcefulness.
Absolutely, and normalizing that for your kids is a great life lesson.
Right? We are smart with our money so we can afford to do fun experiences together.
Exactly. Okay, tip number 8. Automate your savings.
Set it and forget it.
Yes! If you have direct deposit, go into your HR portal or your banking app and route a specific amount, even if it's just $10 a paycheck, directly into a high-yield savings account. Don't even let it hit your checking account.
Because if you see it, you'll spend it.
Right, the pay yourself first rule. If you wait until the end of the month to save whatever's left over, spoiler alert, there is never anything left over.
Never. The car will always need a new part, or the kids will suddenly need a field trip fee.
Always. Tip number 9 kind of ties into that. Negotiate your current bills.
People don't realize you can actually do this.
You really can. Call your internet provider. Call your car insurance company. Simply ask, is this the best rate you can offer me? Or say, I'm looking at a competitor who is offering X amount.
It's a bit intimidating at first, but honestly, what's the worst they can say? No?
Exactly. We had a mom we were coaching, let's call her Rachel for privacy reasons, who was terrified of the phone. But she practiced a little script we gave her, called her cable and internet provider, and knocked $40 a month off her bill just by asking for the current promotional rate.
$40? That's almost $500 a year just for making a 10-minute phone call.
Huge win for a single-income household.
Okay, and that brings us to tip number 10. And Tim, I think this is the most important one of all.
I agree. Tip number 10 is give yourself grace and build a buffer for mistakes.
Yes, you are going to blow the budget sometimes. You are going to have a Friday night where you are just too tired to use the Instant Pot duo. The Clever Fox budget planner is hiding under a pile of mail, and you order the $40 pizza delivery.
We have all been there.
We have, and as a solo parent, the guilt hits twice as hard. You start beating yourself up, thinking you ruined the whole month's financial plan.
But you didn't. One slip-up doesn't ruin a budget. It just means you pivot. When we work with families, we always stress that effective parenting and effective money management is a learned skill. It's a muscle you build over time.
And you're carrying the weight of 2 parents, so please be kind to yourself. You're doing incredible work. Just wake up the next day, look at the budget, and adjust.
That is so perfectly said, Edna. So, to quickly summarize our key takeaways today, first, shift your mindset from surviving to thriving by getting a visual handle on your money with a zero-based budget.
Second, look for the leaks. Audit those subscriptions and negotiate those monthly bills.
Third, start that micro emergency fund. Just aim for that first $100 to protect yourself from the little bumps in the road.
And finally, get creative with your resources. Swap childcare, embrace secondhand items without guilt, and use tools to automate your meals and your savings.
And most importantly, give yourself the grace you deserve. You're doing a fantastic job.
Absolutely.
Well, that's all we have for today's episode. If you got something out of this conversation, we have an important call to action for you. Please hit that subscribe button. And if you have a minute, leave us a 5-star review. It really helps the show reach more parents who might need to hear this.
Yes, please do. And don't forget to visit our website at risingparent.org.
Also, a quick reminder that new episodes of the Rising Parent podcast are released every Monday and Friday, so we will see you back here very soon.
And before we sign off, we just want to remind you that we created this podcast to help families and to raise funding for our nonprofit mobile food bank, Selfless Outreach.
If you found value in this episode today, please consider donating to Selfless Outreach by going to selflessoutreach.org and hitting the donate button.
Every donation, big or small, helps Selfless Outreach serve the underserved in our communities.
A direct link is in the show notes for you. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. Keep your heads up, keep rising, and we'll catch you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.